This program is brought to you by Sasol Super 100. Pump up your performance.
The Sasol 400 marks the midpoint of the 1992 South African National Rally Championship season. But the event holds a lot more significance for Nick de Waal, who must use that throttle foot very smartly to break Toyota's possible hat-trick of wins. He will, however, not be alone. Sasol van der Merwe would love to notch up this event for his sponsors, Sasol. But it's Nick de Waal who has the honor of carrying number 1 on his door on the first ever Sasol rally. The Sasol Ford Lasers carry the bulk of support from the local Secunda spectators. So it's all eyes on Sasol van der Merwe and Frans Boshoff as they await their starting orders. Nick de Waal and Guy Hodgson tackle the first of the 4 stages which have been set out in and around the Sasol plant at Secunda. Running second on the road, Sasol gets right down to business, setting the fastest time on the first stage by 2 seconds. The Toyota of Serge Damso blasts into stage 1, but fails to match the Ford's time by 3 seconds. Posting the second fastest time on stage 1 does little for Nissan's Hannes Grobler and Douglas Judd, who retire on the next stage with a Conrad through the block of their Sentra, effectively putting paid to their efforts.
Red, yellow, green, 200, left 5.
We join the Nissan of Nick de Waal and Guy Hodgson in car as they set off on stage 3. Having blown their own motor in testing the day before the event, the Nissan team have had to rebuild a motor overnight for this car. With Hannes already out, Nick and Guy must carry the can for the Nissan factory team.
Crossroad straight, narrow bridge, into right 2 minus, keep left with a drop. Okay, that's it, go.
Nick, however, finds the Sentra down on power, and the times confirm the crew to be off the pace.
100 a minute, keep going. Stand by. Okay.
With the cooling towers of Sasol 2 and 3 as a backdrop, Enzo Kuhn, in the second of the Toyota 4-wheel drive cars, battles to keep on the pace being set by Sasol up front. Likewise, Jannie Hubbig scratching for every ounce of power from his Golf. Stage 4 is the 13-kilometer run through the Saferfontein coal mine, and a chance for the cars to open up and the drivers to find form. We also get a chance to look further down the field to the second VW Golf of Johan Evertse and Peter Cuffley. They currently lie 5th on the score sheets. Lying second behind Sasol, his teammate Glenn Hall finding form. 8th overall and leading Class B, Jurgens Nel with Marty Olivier. Glenn Gibbons leading a very competitive pack in Class C. With 4 stages completed, the competitors deregulated Secunda, the cars to be trailered to the Eastern Transvaal for a 6:30 restart at Sabi. First off the ramp, Sasol and France hold a 9-second lead over teammates Glenn Hall and Martin Botha. Serge Damso is just 2 seconds behind the second Sasol Ford. Under the cover of darkness, Serge has waged a war. Working under pressure, Sasol starting to make mistakes. Having lost 18 seconds to the second Sasol Ford in stage 5, Sasol finds himself placed second as he blasts the laser into stage 6. In his effort to recover, Sasol again loses time in the stage and is lucky to equal the stage time with Glenn, who is driving in Sasol's dust. Serge's attack ends in stage 5, when he rolls the Conquest, effectively losing 6 minutes to the Fords and dropping down to 12th place on the scoreboard. 30 minutes of allowed lateness is used repairing the car before Serge can proceed to stage 6. In stage 7, Sasol hit a rock after losing control at high speed with seized rear shock absorbers. A rather patched up Ford Laser exits stage 8. A new threat emerges from the darkness in the form of Nick Duval. He was found extra horsepower and is using it to good effect. In the 5 night stages, Nick has blasted up to 2nd place, just 2 seconds off Sasol on the overnight scoreboard. This demotes Glyn and Martin to 3rd, while Enzo Kuhn and Johnny Hubig do battle for 4th position. Rested and ready for a hard day's motorsport, the drivers prepare for the 8 a.m. start in Nelspruit. Frightening moments, no doubt from the previous night, are relived by Glyn Hall, who we now join in car with navigator Martin on stage 10.
100 T right, 50.
Ford have managed to find more horsepower under bonnet and have increased the effect by lightening the car's body weight, thereby creating a far better power-to-weight ratio without affecting the handling. The effort has obviously paid off.
100.
The route takes the rally north and up into the forest areas towards Sabi. On stage 11, Sasol uses every bit of skill and experience to ward off the attack from Nick Duval's Nissan. The Sasol Ford Laser is pushed to previously untested limits. Nick's Sentra is visibly faster, and on this stage, the Nissan crew pocket the seconds and snatch the Ford's lead. Nobody drives better under pressure than Serge Damso, and despite the tatty bodywork on the car, Serge and Vito set the fastest times on stage 10, 11 and 12. But on stage 13, the Toyota's luck runs dry, and the crew come close to disaster when an unscheduled goods train literally crosses their path. With just inches to spare, the crew are shaken to the core. Toyota's hopes take yet a further blow when Enzo Kuhn and Johan Seeling lose their hard-fought struggle for 4th place to the flying Johnny Hubig and Mike Constable. Having been plagued by problems, Johan Everter and Peter Cuffley in the 2nd Golf Synchro hang on desperately to their 6th spot. As the cars near Sabi, the Nissan continues to stretch its lead. By running behind the Fords on the road, Nick and Guy have been able to command the pace and have slowly built a 38-second lead, a situation that Sasol has no answer to.
So are you fighting for your life here?
Yes, I don't quite know what's going on. We've had quite a few good stages according to us, and everybody's driving away from us. So maybe it's something in the engine. I really don't know. The handling feels okay.
Now, Sasol seems to feel that he's off the pace. Are you going to go for it and give Nick a go now for the lead?
I'm going to try. We've got to keep him under pressure. This could well be decided on a puncture. Not even the whole way, just a little puncture will, for a couple of Ks, you know, could even make the difference.
Now, you're lying in 3rd place. Is anybody pushing you for that?
Yeah, Yanni's going very well. He's on Nick's pace, which is a little bit quicker than ours has been this morning. So he's closed, I think, about 12 seconds on us today.
So it's to Johnny Hubig we look for our next in-car ride as he and Mike try to haul in the Fords on stage 15.
Still logs for another 1 kilometer.
But disaster strikes the flying VW Synchro when the rear right wheel hits a log, puncturing the tyre, damaging the strut.
10 kilometres to the end of the stage. 10 goes
With
to
still
go.
10 kilometres to go in the stage, Yanni struggles with the steering wheel as the car slides into the embankment.
Go back 3.2.
With the tyre in shreds and the wheel disintegrated, the service crew set about repairing the rear suspension. Stage 15 puts paid to Serge Damso's charge when the Conquest holds a piston and starts losing its oil. On 16, with just 3 stages to go, the leader Nick de Waal slides his Sentra off the road, severely damaging the car's undercarriage, and effectively gives the rally to Sasol and France on a plate. Teammates Glyn Hall and Martin Botha are promoted to second overall. Class B is still in the hands of Jurgens Snell and Marty Olivier, but they have lost their 8th place overall to the Class C Toyota of Glenn Gibbons and Charles Rieler. Chart van der Walt and Jacob van der Linde remain the unchallenged Class D leaders and in a creditable 13th spot.
Open hairpin right. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The final stage and just 6.4 kilometers to victory. The two Sasol Ford Laser teams have driven a hard, relentless pace. With their effort and the other team's misfortune, Sasol and Glyn are able to give Sasol something that has eluded sponsors for 8 years in rallying, a first and second in their very own Sasol 400 event. Just 32 seconds separate the two Fords at the end of 505 kilometers of rallying. Yanni Hubbig and Mike Constable give Volkswagen a well-earned 3rd overall, while Enzo Kuhn keeps the Toyota flag flying in 4th place. 21 of the 36 starters completed the Sasol 400 rally, the most fiercely fought event of the rally season so far.
This program was brought to you by Sasol Super